Hey Scrubbers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Traci Reed Designs, and I am playing with the Festive collection. So this is the oldie but a goodie, so there'll be lots of inspiration out there on Traci's blog using, I think, for oldie but a goodie this year, we can use any Christmas collection. So I'm using the Festive, but other design team members might be using one of the other Christmas collections that Traci has. So you can definitely go over there and get lots of inspiration for any of your holiday layouts that you might be creating. I am going to start with my background for this one. And I'm using this particular stencil from Vicky Booten, if you're interested to know what the stencil I'm using is. And I'm using Seafoam ink from Catherine Pooler, as well as I'm going to do some probably some splatters with this saltwater taffy distress stain. So I am just going to add a little bit of color to, and of course this stencil has one of those like pieces where if you're not careful it starts to peel up the little branches. But again, I know a lot of this is going to get covered up. I'm not looking for this to be perfect. I really just want to get some color and interest on my white cardstock. There is nothing special about this. It's just white paper. And I will be backing it with a, I will also be backing it with a piece of cardstock as well. So if you've seen any of my layouts in the past, you know that I tend to frame my layouts, and so this one will do the same. So I'm just going to add, and as you can see, I wanted it to just be very light, very, I don't need it to be perfect. I don't want to go and have any harsh lines or anything like that. I'm just looking to, like I said, add a little bit of something to my background. So I like that. And then I'm going to bring this over, and I'm kind of going with this where the mixed media is going to come like this. So that's kind of what I'm planning. So I'm just going to finish adding. I like these kind of designs too, where it doesn't leave you with a harsh line. It's kind of set up in such a way that there's nothing. So unless I go over it with color around those edges, I won't get a harsh line. Some of my favorite stencils are like this, where when you're using it, if you're careful and don't run over the edges, you won't get a harsh line. And just see, and then it kind of just has a nice faded kind of feel going. And I'm going to bring this all the way to the edge. My stuff is all, my washi tape is getting stuck, so I'm just going to bring this over here. Just finish it off here. And there we go. So I am liking that. Super simple. Not doing anything crazy on this page. Just a simple design. And like I said, I am just going to add just a little bit of splatter. This dries. This color doesn't look like it matches, but I tested it on a different piece of white paper and it seemed to dry pretty close to the pinks in the pattern paper. So I'm going to hope that that's true because it does look a little bit brighter than I would have wanted, but I'm hoping it's going to dry back and be somewhat close. See, that's pretty close. So I'm hoping when it dries fully on the pattern paper, that will come in and match. So, okay, so that's going to be my background. This needs to dry. So I'm going to just set that off to the side for a second and come in here with, these are the pattern papers that I pulled to play with. So I have, let me pull them all out here. Lots of scraps. I have a traveler's notebook piece. I do believe this is going to be my title, but I am going to fussy cut this out. I'm also going to fussy cut out these 3 tags off of this 4x6. And so with these pattern papers, I also have a 3x4 card. I'm going to use this in its entirety on the layout. And then I have photos here, 3 photos, and I am just going to layer up these photos. So I'm going to do a mat of those 3, and then I think I'm going to mat this one maybe in that. So those 2 will probably be matted in that, and then these 2, I think in my head I have these 2 pictures kind of diagonal to each other, so I think I'm going to mat both of them in this one here. So it'll be this one will have this mat with this, and this one will have this mat with this. So I'm going to go off camera while my background is drying, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my photo mats to my 3 photos, grab a cardstock for the back of my layout, and when I come back, I will have also this fussy cut. Over to the side here, I just have a whole bunch of ephemera pieces from, again, the Festive collection. And some of the pieces are on, sort of have a holographic look to them. I don't know if it picks up on camera. And then I have some that are on a pearlized paper and some that are on a white glitter paper. So lots of different textures here. Those are what I'm going to use to decorate this page. But I'm going to go and get this stuff cut and ready to go so we can assemble the background. I went ahead and matted my photos, and I did add this doily around the little 3x4 card, and I did glue them together so that I could move them as one, since I knew that I wanted to layer them up. So I am thinking they're going to go about there, and so as you can see, that stenciling, you're really not going to see a ton of it, especially once I get all the embellishing on this page, but again, it's more for the little peaks that you see of it that I tend to add it, just to add that extra interest. And like I said, I have just a whole combination of embellishments here, so I'm just going to layer them up, get them in place, or where I think they're going to go, and then off camera I'll glue all these pieces down, and we'll see how close. I will tell you, I did cut off the leaves that were on these florals. I wanted to be able to tuck them differently than the way they were showing up originally, and so that's the one thing I like, is that you can always change the embellishments to how you want to use them, so you can use them and make them fit to your needs. You don't have to leave them the way that they're designed. You can cut them apart just like I did, and then now see I have the leaves that I can then place differently. Like in this case, instead of putting it up there, I think I'm going to actually have them come down here, and now I can put them closer together and have them coming down at this end. So I'm just playing with layering all of these up, and I think we're going to go with something like this. Then I'm going to have a cluster up at the top, I do believe. So I can put these pieces up here. And get these all layered up, and like I don't know how well it comes up on screen, but these ones have like a foil or a holographic paper. There's my glitter. This is like a pearlized paper. So I have lots of textures happening on my embellishments, which again adds a different dimension to the page. So I do really like that. And don't know where or if this will go on here. I'm not 100% sure I need that piece. And then I'm going to put, again, I'm kind of playing with these sort of layered up hearts as well as sort of a little added touch to my clusters. Then I'm going to do one more down here and layer up these little word strips, which I thought were kind of fun. Again, I have the leaves that I will layer up under here. I have more of the, and I will like nestle those words like in amongst that piece there. And then again, I have my little hearts. So the only question is whether or not this will go up there or whether I'll get a smaller one. But I think those are going to do it for my embellishment clusters. So what I need to do before I come in, I have some enamels here in the colors that match this particular collection. So I want to get this glued down first, and then we'll come in with the enamel dots and we'll call this one done. Okay, to finish up this page, I have everything glued down. As you see, I did pop a few things up on some foam, so just to give it a little dimension. Now I'm just going to come in with the finishing touches, and I'm going to start by adding the rest of these hearts. I have one for each of my little heart kind of clusters, and then the large one I just put down there. And I think this one's going to be a little different, but we're going to put it up there, I think. So now we got the red hearts in each of the heart clusters. So that finishes that off. Then I thought we would do an enamel dot, sort of set of 3 in 3 places on the layout. If I can get them to not stick to my fingers. There we go. And then another one. I can't get these ones off. They stick really well. And there. And then I think another one up here would be good. So let's do the large red, the medium green, and the tiny pink. And then I got 3 little clusters of that, and we are gonna call this one done. So like I said, go check out the blog, see what everyone else is creating with, or what Christmas collections they have selected to play with, and still photos will be coming up next. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.